Meantime, we have shown you on this program, and I'm glad that other shows are starting to pick up on this, but we were first to show you about the human side of who was being affected when it comes to these border closures. We told you last week about the case of a mother and father not allowed to go to Brisbane to be with their boy in ICU in the first day of his life. We told you the story about a woman in northern New South Wales who wasn't able to get to a Queensland hospital despite the fact that one of the two twins inside her could well have died if she didn't get medical treatment. The tough-talking Premier, who, of course, the polls will back in for tough talk, she turned around and said that Queensland hospitals are for Queenslanders, despite the fact that only 45% of the Queensland health system is actually paid for by Queensland taxpayers, the rest of it federal taxpayers, in lots of different states, meaning if you need emergency care, you should be able to get to the hospital. You should be able to go with your baby when it's your baby that goes to hospital. The story Peter showed you earlier this evening about somebody with cancer treatment. The stories we've told you multiple times, or Chris Kenny has been highlighting in particular, about the problems with people who need medical treatment in country Victoria trying to get to South Australia. Over and over it goes. Well, those are the rules for us. Here are the rules for rich people. Story that's come up today via the Daily Mail is that apparently people are using private planes to go from Victoria to Queensland. How are they able to do so without getting either picked up or forced into 14 days quarantine? Well, according to the paper, a well-placed source within the airline industry told the Daily Mail today that pilots are able to escape easily by simply turning off their aircraft transponders. The direct quote from the source here is that all you have to do is switch it off and you can pretty much fly across the border and land in a little airfield out of the way. When, of course, Jeeves collects you in the Jaguar and you make your way towards, well, holiday time. Holiday time where nobody knows that you're there and you didn't have to fill out any forms. There have also been people who've tried to use luxury houseboats to go from northern New South Wales up and into Queensland. Thankfully, these people were caught. But we learned tonight via Channel 9 and the Age newspaper about very rich people who are using the Lady Pamela, which is a luxury yacht, to go on a multiple-day, couple-of-week cruise from Victoria to the Gold Coast. Whether they've actually been allowed off that boat or not, I don't know right now. But if you're rich enough, somehow you can get around the system. If you're sick enough, you've got hospitals in your own state. Or we just won't admit you at all. One rule for them, one rule for the rest of us.